Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, 15th day of February. Here we go. So here's your situation today. Let's say it's Shabbos, and you've got a cup of tea that you have been enjoying and schmoozing and everything, and it's gone cold. Really pretty cold, and of course it was a hot cup of tea, and you enjoyed it then, and now it's cold. And what do you want? What are you going to do? Because reheating something on Shabbos is a problem, and drinking a cold cup of tea is a problem also. So there are solutions. Stick with me here. First of all, the ones that aren't solutions. What you're not allowed to do is to pour a large amount of water into your tea directly from a hot urn, because that's a kli Rishon, that first vessel from the fire, and that can cause real cooking, and you're not allowed to really cook the cold waters that's in your cup, and therefore you may not pour directly from a hot urn a lot of water into your teacup. Okay, but let's say all you want to do is to quote-unquote remove the chill from your teacup. It's really chilled and it's disgusting, and you just wanted the chill gone. So, but like just back to lukewarm. If you want to do that, then you could allow some hot water to be poured directly onto your tea, just to remove the chill, as long as you're not bringing, and you're making certain that you're not bringing it up to the temperature of Yad Soletispo. That's the temperature where your hand would touch it and jump away from it because it's so hot. Different rabbis have different estimates as to what that is, but if you're going to be very careful that you're not getting it to hot, you're just getting it to not be a cold cup of tea by just having a little bit of hot water being poured into your teacup, then that's going to be allowed. And just make sure that you're not getting it anywhere near hot where your hand wouldn't be able to, handle the heat. Okay, next thing. If you want to warm up that cup of tea, now permissible ways of doing it, by pouring from a kli sheni. A kli sheni, remember, means you're not using the urn directly, but you're going to use the thing from the urn. In other words, the urn poured off into a cup, that's called a kli sheni, a second vessel from the fire, and you're going to pour from that second vessel onto your cup of tea to warm it up really good and warm. That you're allowed to do. Why? 3 reasons why that's allowed. Reason number 1 is because, a little technical term here, irui kli sheni, pouring out of a second vessel, lowers itself to the status of kli shlishi. In the pouring stuff becomes considered a third vessel from the fire, and a third vessel from the fire cannot cook according to most rabbis, and therefore you're in a pretty lenient zone there. That's reason number 1 why it's okay to pour from a second, even if it's hot. You're pouring from a second cup and it's hot and into your tea, that's going to be allowed, because that's not going to cause a whole lot of warming, because it's a kli sheni. Second reason is because some rabbis hold that a kli sheni can never cause cooking to happen, and so even if you're working with a kli sheni, a second vessel, cooking officially can't happen, so you're totally fine in that regard also. And third reasons why you're allowed to pour from a kli sheni, hot kli sheni, into your cup is because the cup of tea that you're holding was once cooked, and because it was once already cooked, it has a more lenient status, and therefore pouring from your hot kli sheni into your cup of cold tea is fine, since it's an item that has already at one point been cooked. So go ahead and warm your cold tea in that way if you choose to on Shabbos. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.